So, I don't know how much y'all can hear me speaking, but even in my own household, I still be having to sometimes run in the presence of the Lord. I'm already in the house. I don't have to run from outside, but I have to run into the presence of the Lord before I get to cutting the food. I'm trying to tell you, just seeing something that it bothered me, and it tries to disturb me, honestly, but it definitely bothered me. Hold on. I literally had to bring a chair in here for my fat behind. But yeah, so literally have to run into the presence of the Lord and just go ahead and check myself. That's what I check myself into. If there was ever an asylum for me, that's where I check myself into. So I'm about to take a shower. That's why the water is running in the background. And I'll be having, there's things that occur that it gets me up and stops me from self-soothing, because I do a lot, or at least I do my share of self-soothing, because I just be feeling like I'm gonna make myself feel better. Ain't nobody else responsible for it. It's on me. And of course I was feeling better because I made the contact and stuff with my daughter. What was it? I guess it was yesterday. And yeah, that definitely made me feel better or whatever. And that's the thing, I wanted to maintain holding on to being empowered, feeling empowered, all that good stuff. But it's just them things that happen where I be feeling like, oh Lord, here come the madness. But I don't know, I seen something that kind of was just like, I mean, not even kind of, but was definitely bothersome to me. And I was like, oh, do I gotta be on edge? Like, I literally just immediately, just the image of it can get upset, get bothered or whatever. But this is the thing, people think that they can, like, I guess, like, get a one-up on me. And my thing is, you can when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. When I am, you're not going to, and you may even be made to feel like you are, even when I wasn't doing, or I didn't do what I was supposed to do, or did what I should not have done. My creator, the one who loves me, the one who owns me, he was still close to me, he was still with me. He wasn't far from me at all. So that's the thing, he's still watching over. And so of course he see me, and he's close to me. He sees what you do regarding me. He sees your plans and everything. But anyway, I just seen somebody do this little jig or whatever. I don't know if this is a victory, you feel like it's a victory dance or whatever. I'm all for victory dance as long as it's according to the will of God. But if it's a petty type of victory dance, you need to rethink that. But anyway, I don't want to overthink and read into it too much, because I don't like to really read stuff like that. I'm not talking about books information, but I'm talking about I don't like to read situations. I do, but I like to have discernment, and I like to, with my discernment, I utilize wisdom, and like now, my discernment, what I seen with my natural eyes before I let it overtake me spiritually and just my whole being. I'm just like, let me just relax and let me go do something that's gonna help me to relax and that's gonna continue to give me that privacy, that private time with the Lord, and keep me prioritizing Him. And especially, help me to maintain again the mood and everything regarding making contact with my daughter and just staying focused on that, because that's what's important to me. Like the other stuff that's trying to surround and all that, and trying to maybe distract and all that. The mirror and stuff is foggy now. Y'all can look at the mirror. I don't care. But yeah, just trying to distract or whatever. Look at all that handprint. My kids, I'm almost positive. But anyways, yeah, that stuff can just fall by the wayside. I ain't worrying about that. I got a bill I need to pay. But yeah, so that's that. And so it was like, even at that moment when it was happening, I was already feeling like, oh my God, I really, really, really need somebody here just watching over us. So I'm good, and I've been good at the place that I'm at. I just could be much better, and I feel like I could be much better. I feel like I'm whining about it, but I just feel like I could be much better if I had somebody here with us to watch over. And honestly, even when my daughter was here, it was good, it was great even, but it was just still, for me, I felt like a lack, because it's not a man. It's not somebody with balls between their legs that's going to, and literally utilize them, that testosterone, and speak up for this household. Now, like I said, I heard the boy's dad say something to one man before when his dog ran over here, got in the yard. He was like, don't come over here. And he said it real low and real scared, like real timid, like, I'm like, and he can't even hear you, but at this point, of course, y'all know I don't want it to be my boy's dad anymore. As much as I still I think the desire to have all my kids with the same man is the I won't say the only thing, because it's the thing that like tries to compel me regarding him. But I'm at a place where it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth the heartache, the headache regarding me? Granted, I don't want my kids being in no confusion, because if they have another sibling by another man, and that man is different than, that's a different genetic makeup than what me and their dad have regarding them. I can't stand the confusion. So I feel like, of course, I'm at a little catch-22, but what I'm going to do is continue to lean on the Lord, and lean not to my own understanding, but in all my ways acknowledge Him. Lean on the Lord, and I'm going to, and I'm just like, Lord, if there is some way you could just a whole nother vessel. Matter of fact, I seen this meme that said, ladies, God said it ain't no more men in the back. That's all He got that's out there. That was so funny. I think I'm gonna use that as a thumbnail. But yeah, so that part, but just the whole, like, getting irritated by all that, I hope and pray that cease, and that stuff stops causing me anxiety. And I did just recently have a dream the other day that I was going off. I was going in, I'm gonna just be honest, I was going off about something and how something ain't gonna be. So I started, this is in the dream, I started plunging in a toilet. I don't know if the toilet had anything in it or anything like that, but we all know the toilet is not clean for the most part. I was plunging in a toilet, and then while I was going off and saying stuff, some of the water got in my mouth. And my thing is, I don't understand it because what God, spoke to me inside, when I took down this sign and this message and stuff like that I had up, because I was, I guess, about to join the petty movement. I took it down out of obedience, and I just threw it away. I felt like, okay, God got me. I just knew by the first of the year, the 73rd, that I'm gonna be straight. This stuff is definitely resolved and done with and stuff like that. But, heathens don't get tired. They continue. They try to keep trying, I guess. So it's up to me to continue to adjust and go higher, and to, still protect my peace, protect myself and stuff like that. Let them, you know, not even let them, but I guess they gonna manifest how they manifest, and it's my choice to respond how I'm gonna respond, and I choose to respond by, again, going into the presence of the Lord, getting my relaxation on, self-soothe, yeah, but I'm not going, you know, that's not a focus, and just making sure that I'm responding in a righteous way, and I wanted to say graceful, but I really don't want to be. I'm going to just be honest. I'm being honest with the Lord. I don't want to be graceful with these people. I don't want to bother with them at all, but if anything comes, I don't want to have no nice words to say to them. Like, that's how I truly feel. So I'm just trying to, like, I'm literally trying to play out whatever I was doing in that dream, besides the dirty water getting in my mouth and stuff like that, or the toilet water getting in my mouth. It's basically like potty mouth. And it's like, man, I'm ready to risk it. But, you know, I do want to watch my words, because that's the type of woman I am. Like, I don't want to be around here just cussing people out. Not even just because of the appearance of it, but the sound of it to myself. Like, I don't want to be no nasty mouth person. But anyway, but I came from my grandma, honey. Before she died, she had a potty mouth. She can get them, honey, them curse words can flow. And whomever else, wherever else I may have gotten it from. But, yeah. So, that's that. So, this is what I'm doing. This is a step that I'm taking. I have to go run some, you know, the presence of God is here regardless. But I like to go in the secret place, either my room, or I like to go let some water hit my body. And being that I finally came on my cycle, which is a good thing, because I said, like, last week or something like that, that I need to bleed. I need to take a shower anyway. I want to take a shower anyway. So, it's all good. It's working for the good. Now I can speak that. So, from there, you know, I wish I could keep recording and talking while I'm in the shower, but I think this thing is going to fall down or something like that. I don't know. I might try it anyway. Knowing me. I'm telling you, do crazy people stuff. Don't mind me. I'm about to open up this window though to let some of this steam out. But let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do. I'm in the bathroom. I can't hear you stuff. That stuff is not an emergency. Do not talk to me till I come out. I said that before. Oh, can't even turn the camera around. Sorry for that yell, but they should notify them. Do not bother me if it's not an emergency. If the house not on fire or anything like that, when I'm in the shower or when I'm in here. So anyway, yeah, you know, I mean business, I mean here. I got the window open to where I can, let some of the steam out, so this device won't get so steamy while I'm in the shower. And you can probably try to hear me better, I hope. But this thing be acting crazy, because if it gets a little moisture in it, it'll be trying to front on me. I'm standing on the darn edge of the tub, hoping that I'll be knocked off. Like I said, some crazy people stuff be going on, because, honey, I've been exposed and been around crazy. I've been around thugs, I've been around gangsters, so some gangsters, some crazy, you know, by appearance. That's not who I am. I don't claim that. But some of that tries to manifest here. And so, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to get my behind in the shower for about an hour. I didn't bring the rag in. I'll be back. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Okay, so I'm back again. I had to give him another talking to remind him. And although I want my water steaming hot, almost piping hot, I'm going to put it on a little cooler for right now. Cause yeah, cause it's a warm day. It's not cold like that. Well, it is cold or chill. It's still a chill, but it's not like freezing. Anyway, I'm not gonna leave this up here the whole time. I just wanted to say my words, and pretty much what I said on here is basically what I'm saying to God anyway. Like, Lord, just put me in check, examine me, help me to examine myself, my feelings. I know already why I feel like I feel, you know, because sometimes you want to get to the root of why you feel like what you're feeling. I know why I feel like that, because things have happened in real life, where people have been jerkwads and worse. And, you know, I deem them as heathens and such and such. And like I always say, I seek to get heathens annihilated. Diabolical stuff, diabolical people. I don't like to play around with them. I don't want to keep talking to you. I don't want to keep on. I don't want to even try to have another reconnection or relationship or whatever with you after something crazy and tumultuous has happened. Because I see that you're playing on my top. You're trying to play with my mental and my emotions, of course. And I got more than enough that I'm dealing with as far as I'm concerned. And I don't want to welcome that in my life. So, dismiss. Yeah. And I do want to be protected, again, from being a potty mouth. And from whatever that is. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If that's the worst that would happen, you know, hey, I feel like I've even had worse, but I just don't want my mouth polluted and contaminated and all of that because somebody else's actions or, you know, something that I know I can't control, but they need to learn how to control themselves or monitor themselves, discipline themselves or whatever. And if they don't want to, then they need to do that amongst each other. Keep that amongst one another. There's nothing about that. So, you know, I just hope and pray that they're purposing to get their life together. I feel like it takes a whole lot of hope. I ain't gonna say too many prayers because God hears me, and if He decides to honor it, then, you know, they can be empowered and shifted to be righteous people as well. But some people just is not gonna purpose to. Some people just gonna continue to choose to just do wrong and be unrighteous and be evil and stuff like that. So yeah. Let me find out. This might be a good place to make video in the shower. I don't know though. We shall see. So yeah, then there's other situations going on, and yeah, I am comparing and contrasting my situation with that thing, or just with other people's life situations that are put on public display. Not that I'm prying into anybody's life or anything, but I'm looking at it and I'm just like, man, like I heard some stuff, some details about it. I'm like, man, you know, it's rough out here. We struggle to like try to get it right for those who are trying to get it right. Because some people just, I'm telling you, just don't give a damn. And with this situation, it seems like this person doesn't care quite often, but it's the, then you have those moments where it's like, maybe a glimmer of care and concern is coming through. But anyway, but yeah, right now that I'm in this water, God, I thank you. Thank you for hot water. Thank you for running water. Thank you for helping me to pay my bill, because I know it's all you. It ain't me. Thank you that you paid it all anyway. But I thank you, Lord, in advance for just keeping me from becoming a potty mouth sailor. And just protecting my peace, protecting my physical body, protecting my mental, my emotional, protecting me and my children, helping me to still focus on this household and doing what we need to do, regardless as to what's going on around us. Just trying to distract and trying to get me to focus on that. I will give you all the glory, Lord. It's about your will being done. And I trust you, God. Again, I'm thankful for that experience and encounter that I had regarding my daughter, because I was praying for a breakthrough. I definitely was just praying that God have mercy on me, but I think I was praying and I didn't know that I needed a breakthrough. But then I seen God showing me that a breakthrough was coming, and it didn't take long after that. I think I broke the glass, and I think I just left it on the floor. And then I kept telling the kids, put on some shoes to set and third. And then I finally got it up. And I think that might have been the day when I heard from my daughter or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, today's the 8th. 2 days ago was when I heard from her. That might have been the day when I swept it up and I heard from her. Shoot, it could have been the very moment that I swept the glass up. But anyway, and my son had broke my glasses. So I knew a breakthrough, something about breaking. Something was breaking and being broken coming up. I don't know. And then it had to do with her. So, maybe something was on the inside of her, like, being caused to be broken as well. And which is, to me, my daughter shouldn't have to go through, definitely not at an early age, but if not at all. She really shouldn't have to go through that. Hopefully, going through it through the early age helps her to not go through or deal with certain stuff again. She shouldn't have to go through it because the main reason she's dealing with certain stuff, I wouldn't say if at all, but I know she is because she's over in an environment that her so-called dad want to put her in and stuff like that, whatever environments, and just around him, period, because he got issues, At one point in time, he's definitely the issue regarding me. I don't think that anymore because I don't want him around me, but he got issues. But I had a dream a long time ago that my daughter, and I don't know where I wrote it down or if I got to write it down, but when my daughter was covering him, she had on a purple mask. She was covering her dad after he had did some self-destructing things and tried to do some stuff to me. But it's like you're giving him some strength to get back up and try to come for me and come at me, and he think that's the goal. See, this is coming to me as I'm speaking it on him. He thinks that's the goal, is to reach me, but your goal is to reach God, is to go higher. And so I think ultimately you don't think you're reaching me, but you're really going to see what God is going to do in your life, or about regarding his life, or whatever the case may be. And so I can definitely at least feel or hope a little bit of that for him, but I just want, my main priority hope is for him to leave me alone, stay away from me. But yeah, for whatever reason, he feel like the goal is to come after me and to bother me. And I understand, that we was, quote unquote, involved in a type of way when we was younger, but I've long been left that place. And I'm still even trying to recover regarding my boy's dad. He left here physically. I still don't feel nor believe that he left here mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. He just is not going to do just illegal, illegit stuff in my life, spiritually or just in other ways. But he tries to disrupt. But that's, to me, like, just because you leave somewhere physically does not mean you left that person emotionally, spiritually, and all that. And see, with my daughter's dad, I left him emotionally, spiritually, and of course physically. The physical was probably the last thing. The other stuff, I think the physical was just the residue when I last was interacting with him, but I was like done. Because I know when I'm not inviting somebody over and into my house and in my space, I'm not trying to deal with them. So when I moved over here, I didn't even want to invite him over here. It took me like 3 months to invite him over and let him come. And after that, I guess he tried to get stuck here, or I don't know. I'm not going to say what his intentions was, but I peaked game real quick, and I was like, oh no, we're not going to do this. We're definitely not going to start this back up. And I know, and I can vouch for him. I know parts of him was like, oh, no, there's something ain't right or whatever. Because we were just falling back into like some old patterns. And I was like, So, and I followed his lead or whatever. Okay. There's some stuff that he's starting to take serious. But he wasn't taking everything serious. And we wasn't taking everything serious like on the same wavelength. But it was fine. Because you taking some stuff serious, I'm taking some stuff more serious. And here we go. And that's going to catapult us up out of here. I don't want to be at that place with you. I'm good. So yeah, so that's my focus and stuff like that. And that's why I don't use distractions and stuff that try to come around me. I'm just like, why? If y'all supposed to be a so-called happy family, or if you got happiness in your life, and especially you should pursue joy, you should desire joy. But if you got at least happiness in your life, why would you take time to bother somebody else? Yeah, because you're miserable. That's all I can make of it. You're miserable. And you're miserable. You're not even just miserable as an individual. You're miserable as a collective. Like, y'all whole so-called household, you think it doesn't thrive if you're not bothering me, this Miss Ma'am over here, and that's not good for your health. You try to make it not good for my health, but that's not good for your health, especially given your quote-unquote old or elder age. But anyway, I wish y'all could see my facial expressions and my little slight eye rolling and stuff, because just doing stupid stuff like that, it literally is keeping you in a stupor. You don't want to continue to grow, you don't want to continue to mature, but okay, whatever. Now, I had to realize that I was at a point where I was so-called too grown for my own good. I was always mature, but it was some stuff that I was engaging in that was just too grown and too fast for my own good, and I'm like, I had to slow down, and I had to definitely allow God to slow me down, like these things right here, because some of this stuff is definitely distraction, but it also, if I take and do the right thing with it and go to the presence of God or go vent about it or whatever, it works out different for me, and it does help me to continue to mature and grow. I don't want my growth stunted. So, again, I hope this is coming through clear, because I want the message to get out, but yeah. Folks are wild out here, honey. But yeah, so again, I'm just still praising God for my experience, me making contact with my daughter, her saying it back. We did not say that we love each other. I do love her, but we didn't verbally express it, and I didn't really feel the need to. I think she knows just me. If I touch my kids, if I look at my kids, even if I look at them in a kind of mean way, I think they know it's still love. Especially I think my daughter, and she just knows. If my mom make any contact, I feel like she knows. If my mom make any contact, and I hope and pray that God is still gonna let her know. But if she made any contact with me back, then I know that that's love. It don't matter. It don't really matter what she said. Now it does matter what people say, because I didn't call her out her name. I didn't do any of that, but because I don't feel like that would be loving and definitely not kind. But at the same time, if I'm still stern and firm with her, she knows. Oh, that's my mom's way of letting me know she loves me. And I can easily say I love you, but I always want to put the actions and the words with it. I don't want you to just hear it. I want you to know. And so she didn't say it to me either. And again, just her making contact with me and acknowledging me as mama. Hey, that's more than you know what I'm saying? It's a lot for me. I'm not gonna say it's more than enough, because I want more. I want my daughter, period. I want to spend that time with her. I want to sit down and eat with her. She mentioned about her brothers and stuff, so I want her to want to have that relationship with all of us. And I don't know, she just feel like she need to learn how to balance it with me and her dad, or in some cases there's no balancing. But I'm not writing her dad off or anything. That's her relationship with her dad. He ain't my daddy. But yeah, speaking of that, I had a dream about my so-called dad. He was on the phone trying to talk to me or something like that, and I was trying to talk over him. I was not trying to hear him. I was not listening. No, and absolutely, immediately no. What they say now, immediately no. Because I feel like, too, you're the older generation. You didn't have a chance with me to do it right. And I'm not saying he can't make mistakes, but he's also made mistakes and stuff with me, and you had a long time to do that. I'm not going to give you an even more extended period of time to do that with me. So, no thank you, sir. Let me at least wash my behind. I feel like my water's getting colder. No, I don't want that to happen. The Lord knows I don't need that in my life. But yeah, immediately, no, that's how I felt. And I don't know if I hung up or if I was just talking over him, and then it just transitioned. Then it was his daughter, which of course is one of my siblings in the dream, and she was somewhere in there or whatever. But yeah, don't try to use nobody to contact me. or to talk to me on your behalf, and respect if I don't want to talk to you or be around you. That's anybody. That's not just him. That's whoever. And like with my daughter, you know, the fact that she's underage and that I was still taking care of her, I felt like I was entitled and had rights. But she's still a person. I went on and respected. You know, she won't answer the phone. She ain't reaching out. I'm not gonna like intrude. I'm gonna show her the respect aspect of it. And so that's what I showed her. And so that's what I expect from them all the more. And I do feel like if God do it, bring us together and let God do it. But I'm not pursuing them. I'm not trying to pursue a relationship with him or them or even anybody else that's around him or that's connected to him. And that's period. And as much as I love my siblings that I have by him, I don't want to even risk talking to them and then them thinking that it's a family reunion, because it's not. But for one, we even got our individual relationship intact. And now, as far as what God already sees in heaven, who knows? But he said he wants favor with his daughters. He does not have favor with me till this day. So that's what I'm saying. He must not have been including me in that, because he's not, I don't feel like he's even pursuing that. Now, I've had dreams where it appeared that he was doing something that was helpful and things like that, but I haven't seen nor felt nothing, and nor do I pick up on him doing anything like that. So I'll leave it at that. As far as, you know, well, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, but I want to maintain that moment regarding my daughter. And I don't want to let these heathens steal my joy. And they really do need to go check themselves into a place, you know, where they can get some help. Because really all they think is, the best type of help they think is the physical help within the natural. They don't even really, as far as the spiritual, they probably don't feel like they can be helped spiritually. And that's like the road to reprobation. That's a reprobate mind and stuff like that. But I feel like you brought it on yourself, because look what you're out here doing to people. Looks like you're out here trying to wreak havoc on people's life instead of focusing on your own household, your own life, whatever you may have built or established or think you have anyway. You ain't even focusing on that. You're too busy focusing on the next door neighbor, and not in a respectful way. So, no thank you. Not in an honorable way, like the Bible speaks about, you know, treating your neighbor. No thank you. And I don't have to receive that. So, leave it at that. It's a wonderful, beautiful, sunny day. I will pan out there to kind of show y'all. You ain't gonna see much because, of course, my gazebo's right there, but, you know. And those moochies. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. I didn't feel like I washed behind my ears and washed my face like I wanted to. So. Oh, Lord. Boy, that behind the ears be getting funkified. I can't stand that because I got so much hair and stuff. See, this would have been the other view if I would have had it face this way. But anyway, shut y'all down a little bit. Y'all wouldn't have been able to see me in the shower. But hold on, let me see. Just trying to see if they had opened up their curtains and stuff, because they do that. I meant their blinds, but yeah. Nice sunny day. I gotta do some stuff in there. I don't know if I'm going in there today. I'm trying to wait for the ground to dry. Hold on. Let me gather myself. Go on in my room. kids in there watching Alvin and the Chipmunks for like the 1,000th time. I will sit y'all in the sun. So now I'm in my room, so there's just same place, just a different position. And I'm really about to get off of here because it's almost 40-minute video, but yeah. So that's what it is. Hopefully, again, y'all heard everything I said clearly, even with the shower running. I got a Chromebook, so now I'm going to be mostly trying to do my videos from there because the sound picks up. That's them laughing at at Alvin and the Chipmunks, but the sound picks up much better. And yeah, you see what I'm saying? I have happy children. We have, you know what I'm saying? We have, for them, they definitely have happiness. But I've had some bouts of happiness. But I'm trying to hold on to joy. I'm trying not to let my joy that I don't even remember ever having be stolen. And so, yeah. I got some things to do. Trying to let the sun dry that ground out. See, I don't need to rush. You know, I be looking at days like this, sunny days, and I'm like, oh, I want to get out there because it's warm. It's supposed to be warmer all week, so I'm going to just continue to let it dry, stuff like that, and just chill out. And I really know I need to get stuff done around the house, and I have been getting some, but I ain't got as much as I would like. And honestly, I need the help that I be saying I need. Okay. Because I need to sit my fat behind down. I know y'all can hear me out of breath just from standing up, having to stand in the shower. Did that sound lazy? And standing over there, like, nah. You know, I'm a little winded because of the water relaxing me and stuff like that. But yeah, I need the help. And I've been asking for it. And I just, honestly, I feel like I can move, but I can't do too much until I get the help that I'm supposed to have. Because, for one, my main thing is I didn't have these children by myself. So, if you think I'm supposed to have enough energy to be cleaning up after kids all the time, and the way that it was, I already had my own mess, honestly. I could say that before they came along. It was some messiness. But when they came along, it added too. And it's like, nah. And so, honestly, financial stuff been coming in and making moves and shaking and stuff for me. So, that's made me feel better and feel more encouraged. And I ain't gonna say it empowered me, but it definitely encouraged me to be like, oh, you know, somebody cares something about something going on over here. Let me get my behind up and make some moves or whatever. But I feel like that's not enough. I feel like there's more that can be done. And I just even heard a message that said, it's more you can do. You ain't doing all you can do. And he was speaking to the men. So that's how I feel too, baby. I'm not trying to just BS around as a woman, as a female. I want to do right. I want to get it on the right track. But some people just is slower paced than others. And, you know, I'm in my 30s and I'm like, and the ones I'm connected to is in their 30s. You know, some of them pushing 40. So I'm like, when you decide you want to get it right, that's when we going to get it right. But I know realistically that it's when God wants me to get it right, I'm going to get it right. But he did say something else too, that a man, he was saying, I don't know how much I agree with this, or, you know, I just don't know the truth about it. He was saying that a man doesn't necessarily need a covering, I guess, because he was saying you do need a covering now. You need to have God as your covering. But he was saying no, but a man doesn't need another person or man or anything to go between him and God. And then he brought in, he was like, well, women need a covering and need have somebody between her and God. Because I'm not experiencing that, I don't know how true that is. I have myself, and I go to God on my own behalf and on behalf of others, and especially on behalf of my children. But that's what he's saying, and you know, if I was to agree with that, then I'm like, hey, I'm really on point, because I can't make no moves until the head or the covering do. I can't do anything until they give me the instructions. Till they, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, if and that's a very slim if I even feel like that and agree with that. But you know, you have to do your own research and your own stuff regarding that. But I'm not trying to make no excuses, but I'm just being real. I know what's going on within me, and I know my convictions, and I know that it were certain moves I cannot make or could not make. unless God empower me, get me up to do it, or unless I know that this person's doing their part first, because it had to be done orderly. It's not that I can't do my part, but it has to be done orderly. Um, so that's that. But anyway, yeah, beautiful day outside. I'm going to purpose to do some stuff in here, but I had something to eat today, and had some breakfast food. It was good. It's always good, but mm, it was something totally different. But yeah, um, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's definitely giving that I'm not going to be eating out like that. Now, like I said, my daughter come around. That's the only time I want to order something, and maybe even we can go and sit down somewhere or whatever, but order something, a certain dish that I like to order, and let her try it as well, because, honey, she don't know she missing. And, of course, I want to get my jacuzzi and stuff set up and all that, and I want to be able to spend that time with my daughter. And I don't want her to be wanting to rush off from home. This is home, but sometimes if your child has two places that they call home, which I don't feel like she does, because I don't give a damn how you feel. Your dad's mom house is not your house. It's not your house. That's her house. That's a place that you should be able to visit, but that's not your residence. Your parents should have somewhere for you to live. And so if your dad doesn't have anything established for you, you don't have a home. He's homeless and you're homeless. Me, shit, I feel like I'm damn near next to it, but God. It's like, no, you don't belong out there in them streets. So I'm in, you know what I'm saying? So that means I have a residence for her, a stable place. So I pray that she even get wise enough to know and understand that, honey, just because your daddy can find y'all somewhere to sleep or whatever and bop around and hop around, he needs some stability for you. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, because I done already dragged this out long enough. And so, before this cut off on me, let me go.